everyone, welcome back to Granny's Place. I was gone for a little while. We were on vacation with my grandchildren and we had such a great time. We were in the southern peninsula of Michigan and surrounded by beautiful trees, a lot of pine trees that actually kind of make a brushing sound when you're outside listening to them. And we also hiked. We did some fishing. My grandson, he caught 2 pike, which are not easy to catch. So he's 5 years old and he's an excellent fisherman already. My granddaughter and I had a wonderful time on the playgrounds. She likes to hike too and fish and also swim. So we did some swimming in a pool. The lakes were a little bit too cold to go swimming, and we also got to go kayaking. The river was somewhat strong. The current was somewhat strong, so it was really fun. And so anyway, just getting settled back into my home space here, and I thought I'd read some stories to you today. This one is called Kitten's First Full Moon. Now that it's summertime, we can be outside more, and you surely don't want to miss a full moon because they're so beautiful. So let's read this together. This book is by Kevin Henkes, Kitten's First Full Moon. It was Kitten's first full moon. When she saw it, she thought, there's a little bowl of milk in the sky, and she wanted it. So she closed her eyes and stretched her neck and opened her mouth and licked. But Kitten only ended up with a bug on the end of her tongue. Poor Kitten. Still, there was the little bowl of milk, just waiting. So she pulled herself together and wiggled her bottom and sprang from the top step of the porch. But Kitten only tumbled, bumping her nose and banging her ear and pinching her tail. Poor Kitten. Still, there was the little bowl of milk, just waiting. So she chased it down the sidewalk, through the garden, past the field, and by the pond. But Kitten never seemed to get closer. Poor Kitten. Oh, she looks so sad. Still, there was the little bowl of milk, just waiting. So she ran to the tallest tree she could find, and she climbed and climbed and climbed to the very top. But Kitten still couldn't reach the bowl of milk, and now she was scared. Poor Kitten. What could she do? Then in the pond, Kitten saw another bowl of milk, and it was bigger. What a night! So she raced down the tree and raced through the grass and raced to the edge of the pond. She leaped with all her might. Poor Kitten. She was wet and sad and tired and hungry. So she went back home. And there was a great big bowl of milk on the porch. Just waiting for her. lucky kitten. I hope you enjoyed that story as much as I did. It was fun to read and fun to find this book. Oh, let's see what else we have here. When I was on vacation, I found a new book, and it's a new kind of a Bible story book. It's called Big Truths. Big Truths. That means it's big things, that important things that God wants us to know. And He taught us those things through Bible stories. So I'm going to find a story right now that we can read together. This story is called Lazarus Come Out. It's hard to imagine what Mary and Martha felt while they waited for Jesus to come. Their brother Lazarus was sick, and they had sent a messenger to find Jesus. They knew if anyone could help Lazarus, it was Jesus. This wasn't just because Mary and Martha had seen Jesus perform miracles. He was also their good friend. Mary and Martha waited. Hours became days, but Jesus didn't come. Had He not received their message? What was going on? Soon Lazarus died. Mary and Martha cried as they wrapped their brother in cloth and buried him in a tomb. Why didn't Jesus come? Why didn't He save Lazarus? 4 days after Lazarus died, Jesus showed up. Martha went to Him. She knew her brother would still be alive if Jesus had been there. But she also knew that God answered Jesus' prayers. Jesus seemed to be very close to God. Your brother will live again, Jesus told Martha. Because of Jewish beliefs, Martha understood that Lazarus would rise again in the last days. But Jesus wasn't talking about this future day. Jesus meant that day. He also said, everyone who believes in me, even if they die, will live forever. Martha believed him. Then she told her sister Mary that Jesus had come. Mary found Jesus. She fell at His feet and cried, "If you had been here, Lazarus would still be alive." When Jesus saw Mary and the others grieving for Lazarus, He felt many things. He was sad because his friend was dead, and he was angry because sin had made suffering and death part of the world. So Jesus cried too. Jesus also felt excited because of what was about to happen. "Take me to Lazarus," He insisted. At the tomb, He commanded that they remove the large stone covering the entrance. "But he's been dead for 3 days," Martha protested. "He stinks." "Trust me," Jesus said. "You are going to see God's power." After Jesus prayed and thanked God, He shouted into the tomb, "Lazarus, come out." Lazarus was still wrapped in cloth. He walked out of the cave. He was alive. Everyone was amazed. Many people believed that Jesus was the Son of God because of this miracle. Can you say miracle? But the religious leaders were not happy. They thought Jesus was lying about being God's Messiah. As they were concerned, He was leading people away from God, and they planned to do something about it. Now let's read the big truth. People reject Jesus because everyone is born with a sin nature and wants to please themselves rather than obey God. Jesus did things that no normal human could do. He healed people, he helped them to see, and he even raised people from the dead. Not everyone believed in Jesus because of what he did, even when they saw it for themselves. Some people rejected Jesus back then, and many people still do today. People reject Jesus because everyone is born with a sin nature and wants to please themselves rather than obey God. When we believe in Jesus, God brings our spiritually dead hearts to life. Now let's read the questions. How do you think Mary and Martha felt when Lazarus died and Jesus hadn't come in time to save him? Well, they were very sad, weren't they? How do you think you would have reacted seeing Lazarus step out of the tomb that day when Jesus did the miracle? That would have been an exciting time to be with Jesus, to see him raise someone from the dead. Jesus said, "I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me, even if he dies, will live. Everyone who lives and believes in me will never die." Do you believe this? I hope you enjoyed that story from my new book called Big Truths. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, and I'll see you next time.